Three marketing strategies that will allow you to promote your business without spending any dime. Stay with me if you're tired of spending so much on ad this day as we unlock these three steps.
Brandogen arms you with strategy, clarity,
Systems! Brandogen!
oxygen for business growth.
Everyone says this. You need to pay to play in the market. While this may sound logically true, there is something wrong about this idea. If this idea is true, why then are many businesses busting out into the market on yearly basis and still dominating the market? If you check well, these businesses have no business to do with ads. They have no business to do with paid ads of any kind. Yet they are taking over the market over the businesses that are spending heavily on ad spend. This tells us that there is something different. There is a different strategy that they are applying, and you are not doing that. Today, let's go ahead to dive into these strategies. Let's talk about why relying fully on paid ads is a dangerous strategy. One is the rising cost per messaging and shrinking results. Attention currently is said to be the new currency. At the same time, attention is becoming a very expensive commodity for businesses. And this means that you are going to be paying so much for you to get even the smallest results. And guess what? There are many other businesses, competitive businesses that are willing to pay way much higher than you have budgeted. So with this, it is becoming a very dangerous strategy for every new business with low capital to utilize as a reliable and only strategy to scale. Two, you don't own the traffic. You continue to pay for every single traffic you generate, for every single lead you generate, for every single visibility you generate, right? So the moment you stop paying for this ads, the entire traffic dies, zero visibility, zero sales, zero lead generation, and the business is just there. This is not scaling. This is just rental of traffic. Paid ads don't build trust by default. People trust familiarity over frequency. If businesses rely on paid ads to become to be present, to be more visible at all times, they are going to gain trust, but they are not going to gain trust so as compared to one who relies on free marketing tools. Most businesses that are using free marketing tools gains trust with ease. However, it is also important to note that these free marketing tools don't give you trust faster. It takes a whole lot of time. That is to say that it requires a good number of patience. You need to be patient enough to be able to get this to work. But when it works eventually, it is always the strongest and always the fastest means to market compared to paid ads. So having said all this, let's break it down into three workable systems that will enable us to scale without spending on ads. System number one is what we choose to call the content powered system. This is the foundation of them all. You are required to create content that can be able to push whatever it is you are promoting down to the heart of your audience. Auto company that sells cars can also leverage on edu content. Why? Because there are many first-time car buyers who have zero ideas on what matters the most when buying cars. So there are certain topics you can treat, discuss, and make a video on that will go a long way to educate these first-time buyers. Take for instance, for a car first-time buyer, you can create a topic around how to verify a car that is accident free using the VIN number, right? With this, such person, you found your content very interesting and educative, and we want to follow you for more information. So this can be found helpful. Your content should be found helpful. It should answer a real-time question. It should solve a real-time problem. It should offer a real-time value for your audience. With this, it can become a very hook, a very good hook for them, right? So it is, if you can be able to create content, strong content around your product will end up going far. And most importantly, you can end up successfully sending a message in the heart of your audience. These are ways to market your product, to market your business without spending any dime on paid ads. This is very interesting. If you can take your time, think through, even with the use of AI, you can be able to generate topics that can be fascinating and that can also serve as a hook that can solve real problems and answer real questions that your audience have. By the end of the day, I believe that this should be able to solve every of the questions you have in the market. The second system here is the community growth system. Here is what many companies miss. They forget that audience watch while communities convert. Audience watch, they listen, they engage with you and likes, they comment, but community converts faster. It's going to be much easier for you to sell to someone who has been enjoying your content, who has been watching your content, who has been a fan promoting your content, to as someone who just saw your content for the first time, right? Many of them truly don't even understand fully what your brand stands for. This is why it is important for most business to build a community around their product. This cannot be overemphasized because it has turned so many communities into a giant borders, right? Many churches are using this, many businesses are also using it, and many organizations as well. Communities has always been proven to be the fastest way, one of the fastest way to growth, because whatever content you put out there, people enjoy it. It is way much easier for them to ask questions. It is way much easier for you to get feedback. It is way much easier for them to connect with you immediately. For every single time you have you spend a moment with them, maybe using webinar or a free workshop, they tend to connect with you. They tend to get more familiar with you. This familiarity over time helps you to win their trust, and people can easily connect with you. People can easily patronize you once they trust you. This is the reason for which it is important that you, as a business owner, whatever business it is you are doing for real estate, most real estate companies are already using this particular strategy. Fashion designers are using this particular strategy. Traders, this is becoming one of their most selling tools. You have a community you can choose to build your community around WhatsApp group, Facebook groups, Telegram channels or groups, and many other platforms, even email lists, right? So you can choose to find one that is most suitable to you. For most new startups or new big businesses, we recommend that they use WhatsApp groups, right? When you do this, it is going to go far in helping you to convert freely. System number 3 is partnership and collaboration. This is widely underused by many, but it is still one of the major, most strongest keys for free marketing and advertising. Now, if you observe the real estate market, especially in places like Nigeria, this is one of the tools that they are using to scale like a wildfire. Your business can also scale at that rate. So instead of fighting for trust, you can borrow it from someone who already have it. Someone who already serves the same audience, just like you. All you need to do is to get in touch with the person and collaborate, come together, and serve the same audience. You might be a content creator or an educator, maybe, and you are educating people on business. You can collaborate with a fintech company. To make this to work, you can easily organize a webinar. You can easily have a partnership, a special appearance on their YouTube videos or Zoom meetings and stuff like that. Right? It's very much important. Without spending any money, you can have double exposure. Most importantly is the affiliate, which I mentioned earlier. You can always find a way to make sure that people get a part of a business by simply allowing you to leverage on their exposure, by allowing you to leverage on their audience, on their visibility, on their platforms. It is very important if you can look deeply into this and find a way you can harness this particular system to make it work for your business. Here is what happens when you combine these three systems. Content builds authority, community builds trust, and lastly, partnership expands your reach. When you do this, you understand that scaling is no longer an option, it becomes predictable with ease. You stop tracking vanity metrics like likes, like comments, and all that views. You start attracting the major things that you need, which is attracting the quality leads that your business truly deserves. And this will make growth very much easier for you. This week, I would like you to go ahead and create one pillar content continuously for every single week for your business. Go ahead and make this content your pillar content every week. Have your create what we call a predictable moment. It could be on Sundays when you drop your videos, or maybe you are showing coming up live. It could be on Fridays. It could be anytime. Just find a moment and have what we call the your predictable moment, when you're going to be showing out what value you have through your content. And second thing, start building a community that you are going to be serving through the content. It is important. And lastly, over time, when you have built a community that are now hungry for you, you can go ahead and create a partnership or collaboration with other co-businesses that shares the same audience with you. The future of businesses isn't louder ads, it is stronger systems. Note, this video isn't created to criticize ads or businesses that are fully relying on ads for marketing. It is created to also be an eye-opener for every business owner to understand that why ads are still fully pushing forward and dominating most businesses as their major strategy. That there are many other free marketing systems out there that you can utilize, to scale, most especially for businesses that are still starting up or businesses that lack financial capacity to fully utilize ads for their sales. If this video helped you to rethink business growth beyond ads, I would like you to please like, comment, and share. See you in our next video. This is Brandogen, Oxygen for Business Growth. Cheers.